All right, time to recap the biggest games of week 8 in college football. And let's start in Nashville. Or do they call it Nashville?
I call it Nashville, but I don't know what they
I
call
feel
it.
like that's how they say it in the South. When I lived there, I
Yeah.
called it Nashville. Maybe I sounded like an idiot.
There's a
Who
lot of
knows?
bulls. Nashville, Gainesville, Starkville, they're around. So that's how I've heard it.
Let's talk about what went down in Nashville. Vandy wins it 31-24. And let's just start here, Ted. What Clark Lee has done for Vanderbilt football is just fantastic. And clearly, Diego Pavia has had a massive, massive hand in that. But they beat LSU. There's nothing fluky about it. They were the better team. They were more physical. They had the better running game. They had the better quarterback. It's their first win over LSU since 1990. Should be this huge, big deal, right? Don't even rush the field.
Beat the
Don't
number 10 team in the country.
don't even rush the field. Didn't even think about rushing the field because Clark Lee and Diego Pavia have changed the expectations of Vanderbilt football. It is really, really impressive. Dude, this is literally the first time they beat them since I've been alive.
It's crazy. Impressive, man. They've got a veteran football team, and I think a lot of people from the outside just think it's Pavia going in and doing it all alone. They got a good defense. They run the ball really effectively. It's a good, solidly coached football team. Smart, physical. They're good.
And I like the way that Clark Lee was aggressive in this game. And it didn't work out for him every time, but like it's 4th and 1 at the minus 46, and they're going for it. And the play looks dead. But Pavia makes something happen. Finds the running back. First down, move the chains. Go and score. Like Diego Pavia is just so much fun to watch. The dude just makes plays. And I thought he made really good decisions in the passing game in this one. Had some incredible scrambles and plays with his legs. He's must see TV for me. Like I want to watch Vanderbilt every time they're on TV. Like especially in a big game because Pavia is as entertaining of a player is in college football.
Yep. And he's incredibly confident, and that team mirrors their leader, right? He fuels the way the rest of that team plays, and he doesn't shy away from it. He makes bold comments, and he goes out and backs it up. You got to love it.
The one where he runs for the touchdown and gave all those Army guys a hug. I mean, throws them the ball, then gets in there and is hugging all of them. I mean, how cool was that?
Yep.
And, and that's the thing. They got to keep winning. But you start talking Heisman Trophy for Diego Pavia because it is very hard to make an argument that any player is more important to his team.
Yeah.
Like he is the straw that stirs the drink there for Vandy, and he had a couple moments in this game. He's got to continue to have some moments. They got to continue to rack up some big wins, Ted. But if anyone out there has a Diego Pavia to win the Heisman Trophy ticket, they're probably feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah. They play Missouri this week at home. They're a 2.5 point favorite. That's going to be a really tough game, but I think they can win. They play at Texas. I think they can win that. They got Auburn at home. They got Kentucky at home. I think they can win both those games. And then they end the year at Tennessee. I mean, Vanderbilt is firmly in the fight right now in the SEC. Firmly.
They played an LSU defense that a lot of people are saying is a top tier defense in the sport, right?
Yep.
Well, how about 239 and 3 rushing touchdowns?
Ooh.
Their running game, man, it's got a lot of moving parts, and Pavia adds to it when he drops back to pass. Like he has such a good feel in the scramble game. Like when the middle of the defense opens up, He just takes off and rips off some big chunks, man. I was really, really impressed. And of course, they ended the game just running it right at him. It's
Who
that
would
was
have
really
thought Vanderbilt just salting it away, running over the top of Louisiana State University?
just how we all imagine.
Yeah.
And maybe the difference in the game was Vandy's defense's ability to force field goals. They bowed up in the red zone, man. And I was just, I mean, there was nothing fluky about it. And I know that they were favored, and I know both of us picked them to win the game and cover. But it's still a little
It's kind
weird
of jarring.
watching
Yeah.
Vandy bully LSU, you know?
I mean, we laughed, or I laughed anyways. Clark Lee's been saying it since he took that job. Uh, we're going to make Vanderbilt the best program in college football. And it's like, okay, whatever. It's like, you've got my attention, sir. You got my attention.
It had to be Pavia. He could have just run it in there at the end. And instead, the ultimate, I don't know if it's respect or disrespect. He goes down short so they can knee it out. Oh,
Yep.
that was it. Smart play. The only way you can lose the game if you give LSU the ball back there. So he is, I mean, he's electric, man. I love watching the guy, and this Vandy team is for real.
Yep. And
Is it crazy to think that they could play for an SEC championship at this point?
no, I just went through it. Don't you think there'll be a favorite I doubt there'll be a favorite on the road against Texas, but I'll tell you right now, uh,
They just might, man, with the way that Texas offense looks.
Yeah. They might be the favorite, but even if they're not, it's definitely a football game they can win. They could beat Auburn, they could beat Kentucky, and if they make it to the Tennessee game and they've just got one loss, like I mean, you just look at all these games. A&M still undefeated in conference. They got all they wanted from Arkansas. Arkansas put up, 500 yards of offense on them, ran it for like, what was it, 250, something like that. Alabama's undefeated, but everyone else has a loss. And there are no guarantees on any week. So, yeah, I think if they could just be one loss team, I mean, they got a chance. We'll see who can hold it together. It's going to be a crazy finish in the SEC this year.
No doubt. And this result was one of the key catalysts to me climbing to 121st in our Battle Bets League. Progress, baby. 201st, 121st. We're on the move. And shout out to Ben Parker for having the best week this week in our Battle Bets League. $250 for Ben Parker. Good work,
Easy
sir.
Money. Easy money.
If you didn't compete this week, no worries. You can still join our league. Go to battlebets.app/OKBreakdown. Join the league. You can compete against us and other listeners. And reminder, this is all free. You're making college football bets with fake money, and Battle Bets is giving weekly winners $250 of real money and $500 of real money to the leader of the league at the end of week 11 of college football. Battlebets.app/OKBreakdown. Download the free Battle Bets app and come compete in the Oklahoma Breakdown League. On to Ole Miss, Georgia. Man, what a game. Dogs win it 43-35. And I think this is something that Brent Venables has said about Georgia consistently. And he is so right. And it was obvious in this game. When things got real uncomfortable in the fourth quarter, when everything was on the line, Georgia looked very comfortable.
Yep.
And they loved themselves a second half comeback, that's for sure. And it turns out Georgia can win a bit of a shootout too, Ted.
Yeah.
They are not playing what the type of defense we expect from Georgia. But how about Gunnar Stockton and that Georgia offense just lighten it up a little bit?
He's getting better and better. And, you talk about, and I say it all the time, winning is a skill. It's not something that just happens. You don't happen to win the game. In the fourth quarter, everything is more critical. You have to execute. Guys have to make plays. You have to learn, you have to know how to go out and do it as a team. Here's the fourth quarter. Drives for Georgia. Touchdown, touchdown, field goal, end game. Ole Miss, punt, punt, turnover on downs.
And they had not punted the entire game until the fourth quarter.
2 3-and-outs in the fourth quarter.
They were up 35-26 at the start of the fourth. They had 5 drives in the game. They had scored 5 touchdowns. I don't know how many teams have ever started 5 for 5 in a game and then lost, but I can't imagine it's a lot.
No.
But they had 13 yards of offense in the fourth quarter. When they needed to be at their best, they weren't. And when Georgia needed to be at their best in the fourth quarter, down 9, they were at their best.
Yep.
Georgia's defense had to step up, and they did. So I don't think the Georgia defense is going to be overly pleased with the way that they played, but when they had to be really good in the fourth quarter, they were really good, man. They got stops.
Yep. And Ole Miss that's a good quality offense. They find a way to generate movement, whether it's run game, passing game. They got players out there, and I always feel like they are well organized and have a really good game plan against who they're playing. And that's a big win for Georgia. It probably didn't go the way they wanted it to, but if you outscore Ole Miss 17-0 in the fourth quarter, get the win, you got to be happy about that.
How do you think Lane Kiffin feels? By the way, Florida just fired Billy Napier.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Don't hate that Ole Miss is going to have that hanging over them as they come to Norman on Saturday. Just saying.
Yeah.
Bit of a distraction for the Rebels.
Remember, I talked about this a long time ago. This is where OU Twitter, disinformation, technological espionage against Ole Miss. Get in there and stir the pot. Get the rumors flowing. Start making up different tail numbers on private jets that are going into Oxford. Stir the pot.
That being said, back to the recap. But that is very, very significant when you consider who the Sooners are playing on Saturday. But Trinidad Chambliss was incredible for 3 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he looked like a bigger, thicker Kyler Murray in this game. And then in the fourth quarter, when he needed to be his best, I said Georgia's defense really struggled or really stepped up. Chambliss helped him. He missed some throws, man.
Yeah.
Now, this was his first road start in the FBS.
That's crazy.
It's
wow.
crazy. And it makes the way that he played in the first 3 quarters even crazier. The guy was unbelievable. But ultimately, with what he didn't get done in the fourth quarter, he got outplayed by Gunnar Stockton, who delivered undoubtedly the best game of his career. 26-31, 289, 4 touchdowns, also added 59 on the ground and a touchdown. It's one of the best quarterback performances we've seen this season, man. He was an absolute playmaker in this game.
Yep. And what worries me about Ole Miss is they came out of the second half, second play of the second half, they hit a long touchdown, was a 75-yard touchdown pass.
Dude, to Deshaun's dribbling, and he looked like the fastest man alive on that play. Oh, my gosh.
Yep. That's what worries me. They are a quick strike group. They can push it down the field, and they got skill talent all over.
Stockton had some big throws in this game.
Dude, he's piling up some big throws in big games.
Like fourth quarter, like 4.5 minutes to go, just an absolute strike on that 2nd and 12 to Dylan Bell down the field. That was a huge play. Found Lawson Lucky for the 3 touchdowns down in the red zone. The tight end's always open down there, baby.
Always.
Always. But I while I assume Kirby's not overly thrilled about how they played defensively, the yards and points they gave up, they got stops in the fourth quarter, and that offense was humming, man. Absolutely humming.
Well, I think a good sign of a really good football team is you can win in multiple ways, right? You can win in a close defensive battle, or you can win in a shootout. So, yeah, you're always going to have things that you come away that are not good enough and you have to improve on and you're going to be upset about. But the execution in the fourth quarter and being able to find offense whenever you've got to have it, quarterback making throws when you got to have it. I mean, they can win games multiple ways. That's why they're still doing what they're doing.
Good win for Georgia. I We'll see how Ole Miss bounces back with. I mean, it's going to be a distraction. Everyone's going to be saying their head coach is that Florida's going to want their head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how they handle all that. I hope they handle it poorly.
Right.
All right, let's get to one more game. We'll hit USC Notre Dame and winners and losers. So let's talk Bama, Tennessee. Bama wins at 37-20. And it felt, I don't know how you felt, but it felt closer than the final score. Like Tennessee is going to feel, I think Tennessee will feel like they didn't give Bama their best shot in this game. And I don't know. It felt like Tennessee missed some opportunities, especially the Ty Simpson fumble. Didn't get any points out of that in the second half. And then they just couldn't get stops. I don't know. It felt closer to the final score to me, but maybe it wasn't, Ted. How'd you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's 16-7,
Oh
and
my gosh.
Tennessee is on the goal line right at the end of the second quarter with a chance to make the game 16-14 going into halftime on the road. You'll take that, setting yourself up, to be able to go and try and win the game in the second half. And the thing that absolutely cannot happen happened, and it totally changed the football game. Now they battled back and had some opportunities, but I mean, that was a gut punch to be able, like, Alabama at home absolutely robbed the momentum going into halftime.
You can't throw a pick on Spider 2Y Banana.
No.
You certainly can't leave that ball inside and throw a pick six. How about Xavier Brown on that play? He kind of freezes Deshaun Bishop. Because if he gets tackled there, it's just, okay, horrible play. We didn't get points, but no
Yep.
harm, no foul. Instead, he hits him with a little stutter and goes and scores. And that place looked like it was going insane.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But that was clearly, that ball should be a touchdown. If he puts it outside where it's supposed to be, that ball's a touchdown.
Yep.
And instead, it's a game-altering play. And that wasn't the only
swing.
mistake I thought Aguilar had in that first half. He's they get a safety. The dude is being way too casual, standing in his own end zone, dropping back.
Right.
He's just like, oh, and then he just kind of falls into the end zone for a safety. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Maybe let's have a little urgency when we're in our own, passing it out of our own end zone, bud.
Yep.
Let's maybe get the ball out of our hands and not hold it for 4 seconds. But I just thought overall, Tennessee wasn't able to get enough going offensively, and Bama's offense continues to be very, very good. Although I thought Ty Simpson was good, not great in this game. He got away with some mistakes where, frankly, he threw it to Tennessee and they didn't catch it. You got to have a little luck, like sometimes with those. So I thought that although he didn't play his best, they still win by 3 scores.
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Well, I thought the critical exchange, well, we talked about the one going into half, but in the second half, Auburn or Alabama stole the momentum, and then they come out. Defense does a good job, forces a 3-and-out, and then Tennessee goes right down the field, scores a touchdown to make it 23-13. Then Alabama fumbles the ball near midfield, and you don't get anything out of it. You have to punt. You pin them on the 1, and they go 99 yards for a touchdown. Like, to me, that was, and it wasn't over at that point. Tennessee fought back and scored a touchdown on the next drive, but like that was a killer that you weren't able to get any points out of that turnover. And instead of getting points, Alabama answers it with a 99-yard drive.
Felt like a bit of a soul crusher for sure.
Yeah.
Now, there is part of me that wonders, like, what happens in this game if Tennessee just hands it to Deshaun Bishop 30 times?
Yeah.
That dude was running wild. But because they didn't seem to have much of an answer for him. But Bama, this 4-game stretch that they just went on, it's really impressive, man. That is 4 ranked SEC wins in a row for Alabama. And now them losing to Florida State is one of the most confusing games of the college football season, but it's exactly what they needed because now they're this. So if you want to tell me that Ohio State's better than them, that Ohio State's the best team in the country, I'm probably not really going to argue, but no one's got a better resume than Alabama right now.
I agree. At South Carolina next, you feel like they going to win that one. LSU at home, feel like they're going to win that one. Oklahoma at home. I mean, we'll see where we are by the time we play them. But they're in position A right now for making it to the SEC championship.
I think there's pretty much nothing more college football than Bama fans lighting cigars during the fourth quarter and that like smoky haze taking over that stadium. Like, that's about as college football as it gets, dude.
Pretty cool. Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm a little jealous of that one. I'm not gonna lie. Also, one last note on this game. I appreciate Sean McDonough literally giggling on the call when Tennessee did they get tackled at the 1-yard line at the end of the game? Maybe. I don't know. It kind of looked like a touchdown, but final score 37-20. Under hits 60.5. Got tackled at like the 1-inch line on the last play of the game. And McDonough literally starts laughing. It's great. It's fantastic.